Now that right there is how you beat the Steelers at Steelers brand of football, baby. There's only one towel flying in SoFi tonight. Here are my instant reactions to the Chargers defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers. This was a massive game for future AFC playoff seeding. Obviously, the Steelers and the Chargers are right next to each other in the standings in the AFC right now, and the Chargers just jumped the Steelers and the Bills this week. So excited about that, and the Chargers kind of proved that they don't necessarily need a perfect offensive line to get by this year. I said it last week, and we needed to see it in this game. The Chargers, anytime they play a good defense like the Steelers, are going to need elite defense themselves, and it was more than elite tonight. The Chargers now, because the Titans scored their touchdowns off of a punt return and a pick six, haven't given up a touchdown in the past 8 quarters, the past 2 games, and we saw it from the first quarter. We need to get pressure with 4 for the rest of the season and for the last month, ever since the Owe trade, ever since Khalil Mack came back. By the way, whenever Owe gets a sack, the whole stadium has to sing. Hey, Owe. But in all seriousness, no, we knew from the first quarter, from the first snap, that this defense was locked in tonight. We're playing against one of the GOATs, man, Aaron Rodgers. He'll cook up whatever weaknesses you have, but the Chargers didn't have anything. The secondary was locked down, and we even forced old man Rodgers, the savvy vet, the guy that can never make a mistake, into a safety early on in this game. It was 5-3 at one point. Didn't have that score on my bingo card for the night, but hey, the Chargers started slow offensively. Defensively, I just want to make it clear before I go and talk about the offense, no complaints at all. They forced turnovers, they got sacks, they got pressure naturally, and they were able to blitz. Jesse Minter's timing and play calling wise was perfect, and I really loved the game plan on DK Metcalf. I feel like some teams are going to steal our game plan on DK Metcalf for the rest of the season, but the offense has a few major issues. This is why I keep saying the Chargers are going to need elite defense for the rest of the season. We start in these games slow. We're trying to figure out our offensive line combination for this week. Every week it changes a little bit. This week it changed a little bit again, and you see the Chargers don't get off to a hot start in the first quarter. Also, before I talk more about the offense and how the Chargers are going to fix this going forward, just getting healthy and sticking with the same guys on the offensive line will fix it. Maybe this is going to be the Trevor Penning move. Maybe he comes in. Maybe Trevor Penning is officially our backup tackle on either side, and Deculus is going to fill out the rest of the season at that spot. Whatever it might take, we got through a game without any offensive line injuries, and we're going to return next week with the same offensive line, and I'm hoping we don't have this slow start where it's 5-3 in the middle of the second quarter. The Chargers offense started to cook in the third quarter, and it's been a problem for teams all year long. If we can make the offensive line just work together enough to give Herbert even 3 seconds, we have too many mismatches. Quentin Johnston, McConkey, Oronde Gadsden, he just keeps picking teams apart because he can go whichever way you don't shift your coverage. Whoever has the one-on-one, whoever has the best matchup, they're open. Speaking of the weapons, we did have another injury in this game, which was bad news. Oronde Gadsden went down with a knee. Let's just hope that it's not serious. Also, in the good side of things for the weapons department, right before the game ended, Keenan Allen was able to break the Chargers receptions record. He is now the all-time leader in receptions for a career by a Charger. What a player, what a career, and way to get it done, Keenan. Way to come back for this jersey, because I knew he was going to break the record in the game. QJ, excellent game, and the way Greg Roman used him as an extension of the rushing attack, so perfect. It's exactly what we need all year until we get Amari Hampton back. It's exactly what we're going to need until the next season when we get Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater back. Like a running back with these quick slants and easy to catch passes that he can run with after. And even with his volume going up, he only dropped 1 pass tonight. I think that's maybe 1 or 2 on the season. His volume has been the same or even gone up this year, and he hasn't dropped the ball that much. Did Harbaugh fix this guy? I'm hoping so. McConkey obviously was lethal. Anytime less than one-on-one, Herbert just cooked with them. Keenan Allen broke the record like I just said, and the weapons were perfect again. I think the one other complaint about offense, that Herbert is a little bit too much of a Superman. I'm not complaining about the guy trying to carry us, but there's just so many times where we could take an incomplete pass, or we can get a check down, or we could just do something with the ball other than take a brutal hit, Justin. And my theory is, when you watch him, he feels like he can break every sack. He feels like he could break out of every situation, and it's just not logically sound that you can. There is some spots where you do have to Superman up and go full Hulk mode. But man, watching him take a beating in this game again, it just makes you think, how long can he do that for? He sprained both his ankles early in this game and just played through it like it wasn't even happening. He is an alien. He is Superman, so who am I to question him? But some of these, man, like you see with Aaron Rodgers, just throw it at someone's feet, especially knowing what your O-line is right now, where you're at. I love the way the game ended. The Chargers just kept on the gas pedal, especially defensively. But when we got the ball, we kept trying to score. We didn't just sit on our heels and think that the game was over. That's how the Chargers get come back on all the time. The only Only other real negative to talk about was the special teams effort. It was not perfect. We had some mistakes, especially early on in the game. We kicked the opening kickoff out of bounds, missed a field goal off the crossbar, although Dicker was amazing tonight other than that one kick. But a very sound Jim Harbaugh team. This looks like a mid-season Jim Harbaugh team, and it wasn't no slouch of an opponent. The Steelers just wiped that Colts team everyone's so excited about. They shut down Jonathan Taylor. They got after Daniel Jones, but they couldn't do it to the Chargers offense a week later. Makes you think if the Colts are battling at the top of the AFC, the Chargers just did that to the Steelers defense. Our defense did that to their offense, more importantly, maybe. I think it's time that the rest of the AFC start to look the Chargers' way, maybe, as a serious contender, even with the injuries. It's a weird year this year. Steelers are still in it. It just seems like they don't have the juice it's going to take to even win that division versus the Ravens down the stretch. The Patriots feel like they're still establishing themselves as cemented AFC contenders. Same thing with the Colts. I don't fully believe in Daniel Jones. They barely got that win this morning. You got the Ravens, who are really beat up them damn selves and struggled early on in the year. I guess if they get in, they could be as good as any of the AFC teams if their defense keeps playing the way it's been playing. The Chiefs are still in the mix, but they just aren't the same Chiefs. The Bills defense, I'm sorry, it's not going to withstand a playoff game probably. You're looking around in the AFC. Denver is completely fraudulent. They should not have the record. They should be around 500. You're looking around the AFC and you're thinking, this thing is wide open. And I just got a feeling right now. I'm going to put it into the internet, put it onto the YouTube channel. Something weird's going on this NFL season, and I think a team that no one's expecting is going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying it's going to be the Chargers, but I'm just saying that something's going to happen this year weird to end this season. We've had too many years go like Eagles Chiefs as we expected in a row. And I just got a gut feeling that especially in the AFC, it's going to be a storyline we didn't expect to see. The Bengals going to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. It ain't just going to be your prototypical Chiefs route to the AFC Championship. Final thoughts on that game. It was a very violent one, but I'm just thankful we got out of it mostly healthy. I'm thankful we got out of it with the easy dub, to be honest. And I'm super excited for the Chargers' survivability throughout the year, because we can make it through this hellish offensive line issue if the defense plays like this every single week. And I said it week after week, that the more and more we get hurt on offense, the more we should invest on defense. I even said the Chargers should trade for someone on defense. In the AFC West picture, the Broncos did pull out a win against the Raiders, a very stupid win. Chip Kelly, you're absolutely fired in my book. I don't even know why Pete Carroll's giving him another second to call those plays. He is ruining Ashton Genetti's rookie season. He's ruining the Raiders fans' time, which I'm okay with, I guess. But you ruined my Thursday by letting the Broncos get an easy win that I'm sure you're not going to let us get in a couple of weeks. Although the Chargers have been blowing teams out this year, making it a little less stressful on me. You guys been around and you've been listening to my content for a couple of years. You know that I've been stressed out about this team. But finally, we got something cooking. Make sure you like this video so it sends it out to more Chargers fans like me and you, or NFL fans. If you never met before, hi, I'm NFLMike, the Chargers super fan that you always see screaming on the internet. If you never met me before, I create NFL content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sundays. I want you to join our community and subscribe to the channel. I know you will love the channel, especially if you made it this far in YouTube video. Bolt up. Let's go Chargers. How far can this team go with the Jim Harbaugh mindset and culture being the engine? I guess sooner rather than later. The ball definitely won't lie. But I do know the answers to one question. Who's got it better than us? The only people possible is future us.
It takes talent. Yeah, you gotta have love for the game. Super Bowl to Hall of Fame. Touchdown. I hope that you got your head in the game. From the field to the microphone.